Okay, a quick video on how to set up the NanoVNA. So this is what you should see when you first turn it on. You'll have these 4 traces on, and not all of them are useful. So we'll set that up first. So what we'll do, go tap on screen, we tap on trace, we turn the blue one off. That one is helpful for measuring coax, but we don't need it right now. So we'll go tap to select it and then tap to turn it off. Then the phase trace is probably the most useless trace, unless you're tuning coaxes. So we select the trace by clicking it, go back, format, and we'll change this to SWR. Oop, hang on, SWR. There we go. So this is basically how I run my NanoVNA most of the time. And then when I want to test coaxes, I just turn that other trace on. All right, so the next step, if your NanoVNA can do this, we'll go to Stimulus, we'll go Config Sweep, we'll go Sweep Points, and down the bottom, actually before I do that, I can't get out of it, sorry. Before I do it, see this P here? It usually says 101P. Just go 999, and it should set up to the highest value, and on my NanoVNA, that is 201 points. I like having the extra resolution, even though the sweep is a little slower. So there we go. Next thing, you set up your ranges. So to set up the range of that we're going to sweep, at the moment this is 100 to 900, which is not very useful for me. I prefer having something, for this is for the lower HF bands, from 1 megahertz to about 15 megahertz. So you can see 1 megahertz to 15 megahertz, and yeah, this is very much or not correct, and this is very much or not correct as well. So the next step is to calibrate. So we'll do that. We'll go calibrate, calibrate. Now this is where our 4 standard, well, 3 standards in a coax comes in handy. So the open one looks like, if you can see it, no you cannot. I'll just probably put a photo in post or something. It just looks like a ring, a circle, if you look at the end of the SMA connector. So yeah, you obviously cannot see that, it's just black. So I'll screw that on now. Although really you could just press open, because, you know, having an SMA with nothing in it probably doesn't really matter on HF especially. All right, so I'll press open. We wait. Now you'll see an O appeared on the left that says that we've calibrated the open. Now we're looking for the short, which you also can't see. It's got a pin in the end of it. So the other way you'll know it's correct is if it moves over to the left-hand side of the Smith chart there. So we're going to press short. Very good. So now we take that standard off. We'll go find the load standard, which is the silver one. Plug that in. You'll see that it moves to roughly the middle of the VNA. So we press our load option there. Unscrew that. And then we'll do our through. Now to do the through, you just hook up a piece of coax, which you obviously can't see either. So you just basically connect a SMA cable between the 2 ports. Everything else so far has been on S11, the the first port. So we plug that back in. Sorry, I'm trying to do this through the camera. And you'll see that it moves to the middle of the VNA again. If your coax is good, actually. What's going on here? There we go. So it moves to the middle of the VNA because S21 is terminated with a 50 ohm load. So we just go through. And then we go done. And we want to save it in a slot. The NanoVNA automatically recalls from slot 0, so save your most used profile in slot 0. So we go tap. I don't think I saved that. There you go. Tap, save 0. And there we are. So now if I turn the VNA off and turn it back on, you should see that this is 1 to 15 megahertz with logmag, SWR, and Smith chart. And if we were measuring coax, which I am at the moment actually, because I got a coax between S11 and S21, to turn that on, you'll also see that I have no loss in this coax because this is our reference. All right, okay, that's how to set up the NanoVNA. I can show you how to use it in another video.